I'm Tom Somodi, CEO and founder of Change Science Institute and author of Dynamic Execution for Executives, Innovative Concepts and Tools for the Achievement of Strategic Objectives. I want everybody to remember the number 75, okay? But first, I believe that failure, when you know you've done everything right, is one of the hardest things to accept. So when organizations have disappointment and frustration, it's something we can all relate to, because it's not unusual for us to have that personally. In my case, I had it very early on in my career, and I almost lost my job. I was a young corporate executive, and I was responsible for the implementation of a major project. I did what I thought was right, hired experts in the field. We bought into a proven implementation and acquired software that was supposed to be state-of-the-art. 3/4 of the way through the implementation, it looked like it was going to fail. The functionality in the software didn't match what our environment was. Now, fortunately, we were able to work through those challenges and get it implemented. However, I found out I came this close to being fired if that would have failed, all right? The real significance is I decided right then, at that young age, that that wasn't going to happen to me again, and somehow I was going to figure out what was going on, all right? So, who can remember the number? 75. Indications are that 75% of all strategic executions fail. 75% fail. So think about it. Here you go through all this effort to have your objectives, all right? And you don't even know if they're good or bad, because 75% of the time you can't even get them executed. I like to say that objectives that aren't executed are useless, all right? I think it's one of the underlying reasons that a lot of executives and organizations are reluctant to do needed change initiatives and missed opportunities is because inherently somehow they know that to spend the resources on those projects is going to be a waste of money because the project's going to fail. Enter dynamic execution. Dynamic execution is based on decades of actual experience, research, and learning. It not only is based off of that, but it spans major transitional events. If you think about it, personal computers, China, all right, the internet, email, several recessions are all included in that data. So dynamic execution represents an opportunity to use concepts and tools to, in fact, fight the strategic failure rates head on. If you use the concepts and the tools, you can upfront determine your actual requirements, risks, effort, and time. It's time for a new playbook. Dynamic execution should be explored by your organization to help you fight these unsuccessful failure rates. Bottom line, 75 is no longer an acceptable number.